The Amazing Return of the Tree Lobster by Sara Latta. Gentle Giants of the Insect World. Meet the Lord Howe Island stick insect. For many years, people believed this insect was extinct. Today, thanks to the heroic efforts of many people, thousands of these gentle giants live in zoos in Australia, Canada, Britain, and the United States. The story of the Lord Howe Island stick insect and its remarkable return from the edge of extinction takes us back hundreds of years. Stick insects get their name from the fact that they protect themselves from predators by blending in with sticks, leaves, or twigs. Lord Howe Island is the place where this species was first discovered. This photo shows the actual size of a Lord Howe Island stick insect. To an island 370 miles east of Australia. Lieutenant Henry Lidgeburg Ball, commander of the British First Fleet ship Supply, spotted the tiny island in 1788. He named it Lord Howe Island after an admiral in the British Navy. For thousands of years, the Lord Howe Island stick insect had called the island home. Discovering paradise. This is like paradise. We have found paradise here. This island, once a volcano that rose out of the depths of the ocean, was full of plants and wildlife. Humans had most likely never set foot there. Many of the animals were completely unafraid of Lieutenant Ball and his crew. The ship's surgeon, George B. Worgan, wrote in his journal, "We have discovered an island in these seas. We have named it Lord Howe's Island." Maybe I'll describe how well we've been feasting on turtles and birds. The gentle nocturnal creature that would come to be called the Lord Howe Island stick insect may have escaped discovery by the crew. The Lord Howe Island stick insect grows to 6 inches or 15 centimeters long. That's pretty big. And it has no wings, so it cannot fly. When frightened, the babies or nymphs sway like leaves in the wind. Lord Howe Island stick insects do not sting or bite. They are happy to munch on the leaves of their favorite plant, sometimes called the tea tree bush. During mating season, males and females sometimes pair up, sleeping side by side. The female lays batches of eggs, about 10 at a time. Each egg is about the size of a popcorn kernel. She can produce about 300 eggs over her lifetime. Trouble in Paradise. The settlers who came to live on the island in the 19th century soon became familiar with the stick insect. They called the large, heavy-body insects tree lobsters. The insects were so plentiful that fishermen used them as bait. "Hey, toss me a couple of those tree lobsters, mate. Let's see if the fish are still biting." The stick insects look a lot like lobsters, sea creatures that live on the ocean floor. Hungry settlers and sailors hunted some native species of birds until they were extinct. Because the birds did not fear humans, they were easy prey. Nice and plump, just in time for dinner. By 1860, the Lord Howe swampfin, pigeon, and parakeet were all extinct, but the island's stick insect continued to thrive. Then came the rat. June 18, 1918. When a British steamship ran aground on submerged rocks near Lord Howe Island, a swarm of stowaways, black rats, fled this shipwreck. The hungry rats streamed across Lord Howe Island. The plants and animals of the island had no way to fend themselves against these hungry predators. So several owl species were brought to the island to try to control the rat population, including the Tasmanian masked owl. But the owls didn't eat enough of the rats, which continued to multiply. By 1920, the entire population of Lord Howe Island stick insects had vanished from the island, the only place they were known to live. Scientists believe the species had become extinct. Exciting clues. Ball's Pyramid, about 17 miles from Lord Howe Island, rises out of the ocean like a jagged knife. At 1,844 feet tall, this steep remnant of a volcano is nearly 600 feet taller than the Empire State Building in New York City. USA. Ball's Pyramid is named after none other than Lieutenant Henry Lidgebird Ball. Lieutenant Ball came across the rock during the same trip he explored Lord Howe Island. In 1964, a team of rock climbers from Australia tried but failed to climb to the top of Ball's Pyramid. They did make one astonishing discovery, however, the dead body of a very large stick insect. Wow, look at this! Strange. A few years later, another group of climbers discovered body parts of a huge stick insect on Ball's Pyramid. Had the Lord Howe Island stick insect somehow found a refuge from the rats on this barren rock?